IPOB condemns Nnamdi Kanu trial as unlawful, citing violation of law and natural justice. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have denounced the ongoing trial of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, labeling it as unlawful and a blatant effort to the rule of law. The Nigerian Constitution and principle of natural justice. In a statement released today, IPOB spokesperson Ima Powerful criticized the federal government decision to proceed with the trial, asserting that it disregards both domestic and international legal standards. Powerful emphasized that Kanu's extraordinary rendition from Kenya in June 2021, executed without due process, constitutes a violation of international treaties to which Nigeria is a signatory. He further enlightened that this action contravenes Section 36 at 1 of the Nigerian Constitution, which guarantees the right to fair hearing, and Section 35 at 1, which protects personal liberty. The resumption of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trial is not just unlawful, it is an act of judicial terrorism. Powerful stated, accusing government of defying court order, including the July 2021 ruling by the ECOWAS court and the October 2022 appeal court judgment that discharged Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB call upon legal professional, human rights organization, and the international community to condemn what they perceive as a miscarriage of justice. The group urged the Nigerian judiciary to uphold its independence and ensure that justice prevails. As the trial continues, IPOB maintained its stand that the proceedings are illegitimate and call for the immediate and unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu's trial sparked legal and human rights debate. God bless you all. If it is your first time of seeing my video, please share video and don't forget to follow page.
So guys, after the court hearing today, so many reactions were pouring in. So many people are not even happy of how the court went today. So many people condemn because so many people feel that since there is a new judge, that even that today that Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be out. You get so many people have high hopes on the judge. Now look at this breaking news. It says that IPOB condemns scheduled trial of Nnamdi Kanu, calls for his release immediately. So IPOB people are not even happy of how everything is going, because so many of them believe that actually today Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out. It's a shame that so many Igbos are keeping mouth shut about how everything is going, but the people of Igbo that still believe in Nnamdi Kanu are relentless. So many of them are still out there talking about how Nnamdi Kanu should be released. So let's see some of these reactions that people have dropped after the court proceedings.
Hello, good about SNVS. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu Michael, it looks as if Nnamdi Kanu is a free man, because we have seen a man who is bold enough to say, I will defend myself in court. In what looked like a surprise move, remember that he have gotten a new judge, talking about Justice Omotosho, and Nnamdi Kanu is bid to face the judge eyeball to eyeball. And Nnamdi Kanu is going to be a free man very soon.
Yes, of course, he's going to be a free man indeed. That's the expectation of everybody around the world, considering the fact that the Nigerian government has not been able to establish any case against him. Forget that they moved from treason to felony to treason. I think they have been moving up and down in that regard. And the same thing is applicable to, of course, Simon Ekpa. I can tell you categorically clearly now that this pressure on Finland to determine the position of Simon Ekpa, considering the support, that is coming in from that, Western world, like Russia. A lot of people are mounting pressure around Alexander's pub now to see what they are going to do in the aspect of liberating or freeing freedom government, people who are agitating for their sovereignty, which is really the world is trying to look into that, and so much attention has been attracted to what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or what is happening in Nigeria is regarding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become, they have factored Nigeria into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every other thing is going towards that direction. If you look at how Nigeria got to the level where Nnamdi Kanu just started this agitation, this movement from just a plastic chair and a plastic table. That is all. If you look at the beginning of the whole thing, you discover that there's a lot of strength and divinity into what is happening. His appearance in the court today, I can tell you how many judges and how many times Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has appeared in court. And you can find out for yourself that at every point in time, he has always won every charge against him. The problem where everybody is looking at that attracted US delegates, up to 20 of them, the news is everywhere. The world is not joking. Nnamdi Kanu has built, carved an image for himself, has built an image for himself to the extent that he has become recognized. I think there's no other freedom fighter agitator in the world you can talk about now currently that have made the requirement of the United Nations, that have shown resilience, they have shown confidence, they have shown integrity, they have shown that Biafra is achievable, that Biafra is passionate, Biafra has become a religion. He's so committed to it, and he's attracting a lot of followers. Nigerians, are beginning to buy into the concept of what the symbol of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is trying to portray. Even in the midst of uncertainty and danger, Nnamdi Kanu still summoned the courage to confront the Nigerian system over illegality. He said there's nobody that can judge him, there's no judge that can judge him. And saying that also, you can see all manner of judges that have been able to hear the matter or try to engage themselves in the trial or even trying to run a certain persecution or the other. They have all come to a particular point where they said nobody, they have seen this case as Nnamdi Kanu has always had an upper hand in that regard. So what you are seeing that is building at this moment now is a clear desire that the Biafra recognition has enveloped Nigeria completely. And how did it envelop Nigeria? What we saw Omotoso is going to do by tomorrow, or is doing now, currently now, has already been taken care of. And I can tell you, it has attracted the sympathy. You see, there's a way you maltreat people, there's a way you bring down people to an extent that, it will begin to attract sympathy globally. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already attracting a global sympathy now.
Okay, now we understand that Nnamdi Kanu himself has said that he is not going to stand trial until there's an impact charge judge to adjudicate the case he's having with federal government. You just mentioned it briefly that some American lawyers and soldiers are in Nigeria, perhaps ultimately to witness the proceeding. What do you think would have attracted them?
The fact is that there has been a global solidarity for Biafra recognition. You can see what is happening in Ireland. The IPOB is represented in all states of the federation, about 88 countries in the world, and Igbos are there. So the gathering and the network is being put before the U.S. administration. Of course, Donald Trump, who a lot of people believe that most of his cabinet members who are congressmen are actually pro-Biafran. On that regard, he has also, to an extent, enjoyed unlimited relationship, with the first time Donald Trump came in as president. We saw GOP members surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has played that support and of recognition to the issue of Biafra globally, and that is what the likes of Simon Ekpa, Dr. They are trying to follow that legacy. So at this point now, it's also on the table at the Oval Office under Donald Trump. So most of the lobbyists now are saying, no, let them come have a first-hand, access of and be able to tell the story how these things have been going. And already the British, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have signaled that he's going to also make sure that delegates arrive, Israeli delegates arrive at Abuja, against today's happenings, and we might not know them, we might not see them, I can see the federal government are saying that, you know, there are strange forces, there are strange faces, and there might be international spy, or they may represent international interest and all that. But they are, no matter what they say, you know, and specifically they made it very clearly, they are coming to observe how this thing has come to a point that, you know, Nnamdi Kanu is being detained illegally without judgment. He's been detained illegally without pronouncement of any form of guilt or the other. Nnamdi Kanu has gone through the court processes and still they felt they are not going to receive him. It's going to be a clash, you know, and already the Nigeria Bar Association and the African ECOWAS and the AU and other women blocs within the context of the African continent has already put James Omotosho, the judge, you know, on the radar currently now. They are watching him, how he's going to make his pronouncement on or tomorrow, or what he's going to do. Because if he's going to be hearing, there's not going to be trial. It's after hearing, then trial, whatever that's going to come at the end of the day. So, but he's not be able to ignite, you know, the water that is going to come from Nnamdi Kanu if he try to take the other way. Other judges, you know, have taken in the past. There will be massive resistance, and that is what prompted the American government to send those delegates we are seeing today.
Because as it stands, we have seen the UN working group on arbitrary detention before now, asking the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, and that didn't happen until we saw Court of Appeal in Nigeria ruling that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. As such, he should be released unconditionally. But let me ask this question: are you satisfied with the level of intervention of UN?
No, not quite well. You know, there has been clashes in that regard, but we know it's not something that is on the public glare or that should be put in the public space. You know, the US government and the UK government are already interacting on the negotiations of what is going to happen when Nnamdi Kanu is being released, you know, how the whole thing is going to look like, you know, and they are fine-tuning that, analyzing that, you know, will Nnamdi Kanu be flown abroad for medical treatment? After that, then what is the scope of recognition of the Biafra as a sovereignty? Nnamdi Kanu has already gotten Biafra, you know, because he has gone through the process of United Nations, required by United Nations, and he has gone through that process, and he is able to maintain certain, you know, pressure, you know, attracting glory to himself and the Biafran quest. So whether United Nations comes in at this point or not, you know, it depends on how the United Nations leadership perceive it. But what is important at this point is that the top countries of the world currently now, talking about America, talking about Russia, talking about Israel, talking about Germany, I'm excluding, you know, France because of the fractured relationship within the Sahel nation currently now. France might not be.
Nigerians did not concur, and now they are concurring because they are witness their sin. You know, it is not too good to wait and witness or see before you believe. It is better you believe before you see. And let me tell you, don't allow somebody use what happened to somebody to learn. Don't wait for something to happen to you before you learn. Now, the monarch in Taraba State has given an ultimatum of 30 good days. He gave it to the Fulanis that they should do what? Find their way out of Taraba State, or else he said, I quote unquote, he said that he's going to match them one-on-one. If they refuse to do what? To pack their bags and their baggages and disappear and vamoose. What I mean, vamoose. If they refuse to vamoose, he will match them one-on-one. That is what he said.
You look at the statement that came from the Director General of DSS is already yielding fruit, talking about people should defend themselves.
Of course. And not even if you say the statement come from the DG, that means you are downgrading the prophets of God and the greater prophet of our time, which is Nnamdi Kanu, because he was the only person and the first person that saw this thing and he said it. And that was what made Nigeria to rise against him, of which up to today is in DSS custody. Are you hearing me? So let me tell you, as I speak to you now, Joy is there that the rejected stone has become the chief cornerstone. The ESN, Eastern Security Network, the people not recognized by Nigerian government, not recognized by the Nigerian uniform men, are being recognized by the Nigerian people.
Now let me bring this angle, because even in the past, we have seen an Akaredodu who challenged federal government under Muhammadu Buhari that if civilian JTF could be allowed to bear arms, why can you not allow amateur to bear arms? Talking about security arrangement, private security arrangement as a panacea for this problem.
Yes, because there are co-heads, and the headsmen I know doesn't handle gun because you can't use gun to control cow. You use stick to control cow. How come you begin to handle gun? Are you going to shoot cow and the cow will keep living and moving? It's not possible. Of course, it's not possible. So definitely, they have another agenda that makes them to employ or deploy gun in their system with a motive that only them, and that is what I'm exposing, which means Nnamdi Kanu area exposed, because they have already said it. Is it not Sanusi? Is it Sanusi or whatsoever? One of the northern prominent personnel said, with if not for Igbos, that they would have conquered this country.
Now let me bring this angle.
And there is something I want to say, my brother. This ECN of a thing are the people. Do you know why people are calling for ECN in Nigeria? Every like a Benue now, they are, they are clapping and crying and calling on ECN. Do you know why? I will give you reason. Military-wise, they are being failed. Police-wise, they are failed. Every other security network has failed them. It's not working for them. Rather, it's worsening for them. And the only hope, which I believe is their last hope now, they don't have choice again, is to bring the men that they have tested and they are the people to be trusted now. And those men are the ESN. These are the people that have what it takes, the ability, the capability, the strength, and let me tell you, go to the spiritual and the physical angle of it. These are the people that have matched the Fulanis one-on-one, and they do not just match Fulanis, but they conquer Fulanis. And these are the only people that Fulani is only afraid of. Fulani is not afraid of the Nigerian police. They are not afraid of Nigerian military. They are not afraid of Nigerian State Security Service, SSS. They are not afraid of the DSS. They are not afraid of anything called Nigerian uniform. But the only people that they are afraid of is ESN. And that is why they said, please send out the ESN so that there will be safety. Because if you go to East now, the only state and place that is well secured now, that have their peace, that the people need, and the property and life are being protected, is only in Abia States. Alex Oti invited ESN, hand them over everything, and as I speak to you, that is the only peaceful place. Fulani no fit go there and buy anybody.
Now I want to bring this angle because Mufwang, the governor of Plateau State, raised alarm, talking about genocidal Fulani invasion in Boko and Basa local government areas of the state. Could that be part of the reason we are seeing people rising to give Fulani quick notice?
Yes, now that is the reason, because everybody don't tire. Nigeria don't tire for these people. Yoruba go say mele oni won. One kahade. Check the plenty pass us. If every Nigerian should rise, how many be Fulani? All those ones that are paying people, how many are they? Imagine the people, funny enough, the Hausas that even welcome them with their two hands, they embrace them. They don't pay Hausa finish. They don't even respect those ones. They don't have regard to those ones' life. So, listen, that is why you see everyone, both in Taraba, both in Benue, let me tell you, as I speak to you, even the Taraba now is looking for a way to invite his ESN so that there will be safety in their life. That is why he says, under 30 days, you people should evacuate or I will match you one-on-one. How can he match the one-on-one without the help of the ESN? These are the only people, the security department, the only security personnel that have what it takes to do what? To curb Fulani's excess in this country. Okay, now, and trusted.
Now the Hausas themselves are already crying. But I've seen a viral video where a Fulani man have claimed that the ones that are not Fulani, that Fulani only use stick to control the cow. That if you see anybody that keep the name of Fulani, that person should be called a terrorist, a bandit, not a Fulani.
That means that is a Fulani saying this. We have two types. That means we have two types of Fulani. We have Fulani that are herdsmen to nature and to the core, and we have Fulani jihadists that is in their nature and in their calling is to buy people, and that buying and in their blood is to Islamize this country. And these are the people that Sanusi group of company, Atiku group of company, and the Arufai group of company, Muhammadu Buhari group of company. These are the people that they are using, and these are the people carrying AK-47. Because I don't know the original herdsmen, they don't carry AK-47, they only hold stick.
Now, seeing that the president of the country goes by the name of the president and the commander of the armed forces, and seeing that the constitution is very clear about what shall constitute the primary purpose of governance, because the constitution is very clear that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. Are you satisfied the way Tinubu have handled the affairs of Nigeria in terms of security?
No, I'm not satisfied. Tinubu has failed 100% woefully, because under his regime, this kind of thing is happening, and he's just talking. But if when they kill the Fulani, 16 of them, he deploys soldier. But Fulani have been killing, he didn't arrest any of them. Even in the northern side of the Nigeria, of the country. Now, let me tell you, I want you to mention a place that is safety in Nigeria. Mention both in Yoruba, even in Hausa in the north, both in the middle belt,
in the Lagos here where you are. In relatively safe.
Is safe.
Here you are.
Here that I am.
Yes.
Do you know why I am safe? Because here we constitute of many different this thing here. Do you understand? And secondly, let me tell you, if you are talking of safety, it's not only safety of one person. Oluwale here is not far in this very place. There are no 5 person. Fulani no 5 person there. Ajayi Road, Okere Ajayi Road, Osoni bus stop. There are no 5 person there. Within a space of 1 month. I don't want to talk about what is happening in Fagba. I don't want to talk about what is happening in Ketu. Should I mention or what is happening what is it called? That about the expressway. Where? And you are telling me that here is safe. In which way? Here is secure. In which way? Nigerian police have failed me and you. Take it or you leave it. Nigerian military has failed us. Take it or you leave it. Because they are partnering with the Fulanis. These people that are carrying this evil. They are partnering with them. They will come and tell you, Boko Haram.
Another chief judge, Justice Omotocho, a Yoruba chief judge, has actually raised up his hands and said, yes, he's going to handle Nnamdi Kanu case. We're smiling. And anyway, everybody, we are crossing our fingers to look at this man to watch the issue that we don't know how he is going to judge the case, where to start. Is he going to start afresh? Where to end it up? Is he going to end the way other judges ended? So it's a question that all Biafrans, all concerned Nigerians are asking themselves for over 1 week now. See, let me tell you, it is the right of every individual in any country to agitate for self-determination. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu has been doing for how many years now? Successfully. He has not violated any law. He has not killed anybody. He has not involved in violence. He has been doing it peacefully until Transparency International and other rating bodies, even Guinness Book of Record, actually rated Nnamdi Kanu the most peaceful agitator in the world under the platform of indigenous people of Biafra. So Igbo man can never be forced to do what he doesn't want to do, either with Nnamdi Kanu or without Nnamdi Kanu. So if Tinubu is trying to play a game with him, he should understand that Igbo has gone home since. Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to go home. Anything that happens to Nnamdi Kanu today, Tinubu should be very, very answerable to it.
Yes, depending on your time zone and location in Konyeche Yazelu, Tatabuli 18th day of March 2025. In an of my phone for 3 days for Nnamdi Kanu's case to resume fresh and with a new judge. And again, from the update I want now, the identity of the new judge Nnamdi Kanu has finally been revealed. Onye Yoruba Kobo, Justice Omotosho, Oya Bonyege take his care. and the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu starting from 21st. So, a lot of judges now wash their hands over this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Onya or see I handed out the case. Finally, I brought this judge from Water Shop. The figure handles the case, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And became updated with Alunga, like he said to and watch this video. One night on camera, here this interview. There's a lot of things he said here. This guy, one of the people who is very strongly standing behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, regardless, very bold and confident speaking for the freedom of Biafra. So watch the video, can you know some of the analysis on here concerning how the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will go. You watch the video, Kabaro, drop one opinion in the comment section. Share button, and Biafrans and those will quite away for the updates. Watch the rest of the video, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Okay, 21st of March 2025 is when Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing in court, as regards, his issue. And at the same time, we know that Binta Yako has already recalled herself as regards the case. And now we have a new judge, Justice Tosho. Do you think that Tosho will do the right thing, with his duty, with his heart? Do you think that Tosho will do the rightful, needful by, tendering justice mercy to Nnamdi Kanu?
Yes. It is too obvious that Justice Tosho has been reassigned to handle Nnamdi Kanu's case. And to everybody's utmost surprise or bewilderment, within 24 hours, Justice John Tosho resigned, washed his hands off the case. He actually allayed fear that Nnamdi Kanu was wrongly brought in from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria. And the Kenyan and Nigeria are not having such treaty of abducting or kidnapping its national or citizen without appropriate documents. So Tosho was of the opinion that everything about Nnamdi Kanu's case was very, very wrong. So Tosho now said he didn't want his integrity or dignity, soiled or dented. I don't know, understand. He says he will actually stay as he is, that he's not going to go into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case because maybe federal government has paid him money or bribed him. He say he won't accept such, that his integrity, his pedigree as a man matters to him and his family. He said, what about my children? Even if I do that, what about my children? So this time around, the same last week, we've heard and actually seen that another chief judge, Justice Omotocho, a Yoruba chief judge, has actually raised up his hands and said, yes, he's going to handle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. We're smiling. And anyway, everybody, we are crossing our fingers to look at this man, to watch the issue that we don't know how he is going to judge the case, where to start. Is he going to start afresh? Where to end it up? Is he going to end the way other judges ended? So it's a question that all Biafrans, all concerned Nigerians are asking themselves for over 1 week now. Just so much Omotocho should actually know that he himself is not the only justice or judge we have in Nigeria. We have Binta Yako, we have Tosho, we have Wilson Onoga, we have Mary Onyale, we have as many of them. Even Wike's wife is the chief justice. I don't know, understand. There are many of them, but actually they hands off the case because they don't want to get into at least something that will give them bad name. But this amount of a person will dig deep and deeper than before. Actually, we arrive at the conclusion that he is a Yoruba judge. So a Yoruba man, I think they are always bent on giving it to Igbo no matter what the result is. And the Igbos, we are now waiting in with such attention, rapt attention, to know how Justice Omotocho is going to either jail Nnamdi Kanu or stop the case. Because as far as I'm concerned, nobody is an island, man or woman. Nobody should come up and say, I know international law, I know Nigerian constitution. Nobody is a custodian of Nigerian constitution, and nobody is a custodian of Nigerian custom. The customs and traditions that is guiding this company, this country called Nigeria, is our constitution. And during the review of constitutionality, we have many judges, we have justices' sons, and everybody is, accredited to his own level of law knowledge. I don't really understand. So Omotocho should actually understand that Nnamdi Kanu has won this case various times, many times without number, during Buhari regime, during Tinubu regime. So if he's coming intentionally to harm somebody that the whole world has actually certified not culpable, I think he has his legal integrity, his legal pedigree, his personality to at least dance or to blame himself. Because after as I'm talking to Nnamdi Kanu is ready to do anything in that court. In the court today, on Friday coming, Kanu is prepared to do anything. Why? It is an infringement. To keep on bringing and bringing. He has been winning and winning without letting him go. Where is it in the world that someone has been tried of treasonable felony he did not commit?
But do you think they're trying to break Nnamdi Kanu's will by succumbing, to drop the agitation? Do you think they're trying to frustrate him and break his will to make sure that he drop this agitation?
No, it cannot. It can never make Nnamdi Kanu compel him to drop his agitation, transaction or business. See, let me tell you, it is the right of every individual in any country to agitate for self-determination. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu has been doing for how many years now? Successfully, he has not violated any law, he has not killed anybody, he has not involved in violence, he has been doing it peacefully until Transparency International and other rating bodies, even Guinness Book of Record, actually rated Nnamdi Kanu the most peaceful agitator in the world under the platform of indigenous people of Biafra. So what I'm trying to say is that anybody that is trying to use his political ambition on Nnamdi Kanu, using Nnamdi Kanu to win election, or that wanted to use Nnamdi Kanu to lure the Igbos into voting for him 2027, that person should consider himself a failure. Yes, maybe Tinubu is doing that. He want to use Nnamdi Kanu as a bait, as let me say, to pressurize the Igbos, at least to compel the Igbos to subjugate Igbos into voting to him. A wrong person. Igbo man can never be forced to do what he doesn't want to do, either with Nnamdi Kanu or without Nnamdi Kanu. So if Tinubu is trying to play a game with him, he should understand that Igbo has gone home since. Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to go home. Anything that happens to Nnamdi Kanu today, Tinubu should be very, very answerable to it. I've already learned that some persons from some circles, some areas are just saying, is Tinubu the man that arrested Nnamdi Kanu? Is it Tinubu that jailed him? We're not looking at that side. The head of the current government is a Yoruba man and he is Tinubu. He should be held accountable. If anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, he should be held responsible because thought as an institution on its own has actually freed and vindicated Nnamdi Kanu. And instead of allowing him to go, he still gave instruction to DSS to hold him. The Bowo offense, the same offense, freedom fighting, yes, agitation for emancipation of Odua Republic, that is Igbo for you. Nnamdi Kanu, agitation for emancipation of Biafra, that is Nnamdi Kanu for you. Respectively, two of them are doing the same thing. But we've seen a situation whereby Igbo was set free since to go to his normal business. While Nnamdi Kanu is being held down. Am I now not thinking that Nnamdi Kanu, my brother, is being held down because he's an Igbo man? Am I now thinking that Igbo man is being subjugated to all manners of deprivations?
Because they are dating for the same reasons.
They are dating for the same reasons, the same idea. I don't understand. The same self-determination. That is what two of them were doing. And we've seen Igbo that who has been set free now to go home and even, I think, bury his mother. But Nnamdi Kanu, they held him. There was a time Kanu was outside the country. They could not allow him to bury his father. Imagine. And his mother died too. So this country called Nigeria is the worst country in the world. No matter what anybody says or think about what I'm saying now. A country that cannot social amenities.
But also Abakari, the former commissioner of police, they gave him an opportunity to bury his father when he was in jail. They gave him 2 weeks.
Yes, the super cop Abakari is because he's a Fulani man. They allowed him, he went home to bury his father. Nigerian government allowed him, he went home to bury his father. Social amenities.
But also Abakari, the former commissioner of police, they gave him an opportunity to bury his father when he was in jail. They gave him 2 weeks.
Yes, the super cop Abakari is because he's a Fulani man. They allowed him, he went home to bury his father. Nigerian government allowed him, he went home to bury his father. Even the fact that he is having drug case, so he is having fraudulent case indicted in the United States of America. America even come here to actually extradite him. Nigerian government shelved him, protected him. Buhari government. I don't know whether I understand what I'm saying. And of course now we've seen what Nnamdi Kanu was agitating for. He was agitating for the killings of the Fulanis, killings of Christians all over Nigeria. Yes, subjugation of all the Christians in the north, northwest, mid-north, southeast, southwest by the Fulani Islamists, radical Islamists. They are doing that and they are the headers and nobody has actually been able to prescribe them. Nigerian courts, judiciary could not prescribe headers, Fulani herdsmen, the bandits, Fulani bandits are terrorists. What they do is they pamper them, they pet the terrorists called kidnappers. They keep on calling them bandits, and they are terrorists. They are kidnapping, slaughtering Christians at where? I don't understand. From southeast to southwest, from southwest to mid-north, the Fulani herders have been kidnapping, slaughtering Christians in their various numbers. Just think about 2 weeks ago, Reverend Father Silvanus Okechukwu from southeastern Nigeria extraction was kidnapped. They slit his throat. What about the seminarians? They kidnapped the seminarians. That is the most recent now. That seminarian, the name sounds so mid, like the names of the mid-planters. The person is from either Plateau State or Southern Kaduna. The seminarian, they slit his throat. I don't understand. And all these were the preachings of Nnamdi Kanu, and all these were most of the reasons that Kanu had in mind, fighting hard for Biafra to sit away from Nigeria. Because this part of the world is quite different from other part of the world. The way Nigeria is handling leadership here is full of lies. They are playing with people's blood, people's soul. They are playing politics with people's life. I don't understand. That's why Nnamdi Kanu has been at least happy on Biafra sitting away from Nigeria. And actually, it was illegally rendition from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria. And that has been a thought of war since. It's a tussle of war between federal government of Nigeria and Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. And actually, we've seen many lawyers coming from the United States actually give this man the fact, gave it to Nnamdi Kanu that he has been, is supposed to be of no charge, no case. I don't understand. They actually said this man is not culpable of any crime. On and on, many are coming from the United States, and each time they go to the court, Nnamdi Kanu always have upper hand over Nigerian government, using his lawyers, Ejimakran, so on and so forth. So what are we saying? Omotocho is coming to do magic for federal government, a government that has been defeated once, defeated twice by Nnamdi Kanu in the court. The court of law says this man is free. What is Omotocho going to say? All Nigerian chief judges, everybody wash off his hands. But you know the Yoruba man that is coming.
Okay, but you know for what they said this case is going to be starting afresh again.
Afresh again is
I don't know if
the guy. To delay him until he dies. They want to start it afresh because he's a Yoruba judge. Let us hear from him.
For one, we know that Omotocho might adjoin
and adjoin. That's what we are saying now. If he adjoin it, Nnamdi Kanu must surely come out. No matter what may. If Omotocho like, he should adjoin it indefinitely. I don't understand. He must adjoin this case endlessly.
So why do you think that the federal government are scared of Nnamdi Kanu coming out? Do you think that they know that if he comes out, the freedom for Biafra will be fulfilled rather? Do you think that that's why they are still holding? Because once he come out, he's coming out to say the truth, and we know that Nnamdi Kanu has been exposing
many things. He has said the truth about the Fulanis. Kanu has revealed whom the Fulani headers are and what they will do in the future. That future Kanu was telling us then is now. It has translated to now. Because killings in the east, southwest, killings in Ondo forest, everywhere. Kanu predicted it, told all of us what Fulani will be doing to the people in the perpetrating at the axis of Southern Kaduna, killing Christians there at will. And actually the Fulanis, they are killing Christians right now. The Fulanis are beheading Christians right now in Plateau State, in Nasarawa State, in Taraba State, in Southern Kaduna, in Enugu State, in Ebonyi State, in Adamawa State, even on those states. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said, that made him at least incarcerated till date. So what they are using now is to delay Nnamdi Kanu, so that Kanu will not give us Biafra. But we are afraid, we are very, very, very amazed by what they're thinking. We are very, very good, again, amused by what federal government of Nigeria is thinking. Because Biafra has already come, and now the Kanu is not the only person. Have you forgotten Samaneba? See, Samaneba has achieved almost half of what Kanu have achieved since 2014. So it is just, let me say, an effort in futility. Delaying man, detaining somebody, a man that has actually won his case 2 times in the court of law. It's an effort in futility detaining him, because United States of America is away. United Nations, all the member nations are aware of Nnamdi Kanu's order that Tinubu government just illegally, is holding Nnamdi Kanu in the court. Illegally holding Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS facilities, in the prison, for no just cause. So I think, if you ask me, I will tell you that they are wasting their time, they are wasting their energy. It's still wasting of resources, because each and every time Nnamdi Kanu goes to court, Nigeria spends billions on security. Yes, it is true. They are wasting money. It's wasting of resources. I don't understand. There are some persons that are benefiting from that angle. Nnamdi Kanu, anytime he goes to church, some persons become billionaire. That's why they keep on delaying. Someone has been freed for how many years now? They are still holding Nnamdi Kanu. And let me tell you, it is going to be a serious altercation. Don't quote me. This next hearing, there should be serious confrontation or altercation.
Yeah, you got to see.
Because people will actually see a man that was freed many years ago react, and the reaction could be in terms of anything. I think if care is not taken, Omotocho is going back home with bloody nose. No, I'm telling you. Is he going to do there? It's surprising to everybody. I don't know what he's going to do there because I'm not sure we have no reason again to continue afresh where others have stopped. Do you know how many
you see that the justice Omotosho is that bold and confident for him to pick up because we saw that other judge is running. The entire court say let's say so why is he not giving the confidence?
That's why I'm talking about altercation and confrontation in the court because where others have failed, hopefully someone is trying to start there, trying to tell the whole world that he's gonna smart man than Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu knows the law. Kanu knows the history. Kanu knows how he outsmarted other judges. So what is the need of trying to at least, contest with other judges? You can't contest with them. You people are the same under the same law. You read the same field. You people are legal expertise. Two of you experts. So I don't know whether Omotosho is quite different or he's trying to single himself out that he's a Yoruba Chief Justice. He's very untouchable. He is almighty. There are mistakes that some persons make sometimes. This is what is this, and it shouldn't be that. I don't know what I understand. It should be that thing people are saying it is. And Omotosho is going to rewrite it, change it, and I don't know what he's coming to do come this 21st March 2025. I don't know what Omotosho is coming to do.
So my people, from the look of things, the way that Igbos are pushing this Nnamdi Kanu case, like the way they are standing at his back, you will know that Nigerian government are not winning this case because at the end of everything, even though they decide to put Nnamdi Kanu in prison, another Nnamdi Kanu is already standing by to rise up. Because he's not even the one that started it. It was Ojukwu. Now, when Ojukwu died, it was Nnamdi Kanu now look at Simon Ekpa. Other people are waiting because they say that this case of Biafra is not something they can just let go like that. Whether Nigeria divide or they do not divide, whether they build seaport in Igbo land or they do not. If they like, they should reconstruct the whole Igbos. That the issue of this Biafra has come to stay, and that is what Nnamdi Kanu said in court today. That no matter what, he is still going to be talking about Biafra. You see, now they have persuaded that IPOB members are the terrorists. This is exactly what the man is saying in this video. That they leave the main people that are terrorizing the people and prescribing people that do not do anything to them. You see this issue with Nigeria government, I do not know that's why so many people are saying that they are being so biased when it comes to Igbos, because there are so many things that the Fulanis have done, even to people from the other side of the country, that an ordinary Igbo man cannot even attempt to do, because you will just you will just disappear. You just go to jail for nothing sake. Just someone as influential as Nnamdi Kanu, look at what he is passing through. Now look at an ordinary man that cannot even afford 3 times. He did not even have a voice. That is why it seems like every protest or any agitation that is going on in the country, Igbos are now joining, because once Igbos decide to join, it will just become a different ball game altogether. So that's why they are treading carefully. But the issue of Nnamdi Kanu is something they are not keeping quiet about, and that's something to be recommended. Guys, thank you so much for staying with me up to this moment in this live. I'll be going live again here by tomorrow morning by 10 a.m. Please do well to join me. I'll be bringing the latest news concerning this Nnamdi Kanu and other issues surrounding the insecurities of Nigeria to your doorstep. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be waiting.